Okay, we're going live. I am live on StreamYard, which is good. So if you click on the StreamYard link, that will get you where you need to be to see this. I'm going to go through and do my normal checks. Tonight had audio problems. Found out it was a very simple problem to resolve. Hopefully the audio is coming through nice and clear. Back to using the microphone here. We got a little attachment for the new to me used MacBook Pro that I got last week. And so now I'm going to do my normal checks. I was hoping to have all this done tonight until I hit that audio snag. I was going to try to launch right at 8:30. We're getting there week by week. This is just the stuff we have to go through. So we're going to go to Facebook. The Facebook group launch is supposed to happen live at 8:30. So I don't know if Facebook will still pick that up or not. We'll take a look here. Let's see. It's waiting for the camera. I am not sure. I'm going to relaunch my Facebook. We'll check on the desktop too. So please just bear with me tonight again. Solving one problem per week, it seems like. I wish I could solve them all in one night. So I'm just checking out on my desktop now, just to find out if we are indeed live. Make sure we got sound, that kind of thing. Hey, it looks like we're actually live inside the group. That's amazing. We'll take a look here. Live inside the group. That's amazing. Okay, it sounds like we got some decent audio too, which is cool. Okay, so I'm gonna get a crazy echo, of course. Okay, so I'm gonna pause that. I'll turn that off just so we don't get feedback on the volume. Sweet, we are live in the Facebook group. That's crazy. Okay, we're live in the Facebook group. Now we're gonna check YouTube. Should be live here in Midwest Rockers. YouTube group is called Midwest Rockers. Okay. Sorry. You guys are probably hearing that. Sweet. Okay, so we are live in Midwest Rockers on YouTube. And I dropped the StreamYard link as well in the group. So I dropped the StreamYard link in the group. I dropped the YouTube link in the group. And we are live on Facebook. We are live on 3 places for once. Seems like we did it. I'm going to take my MacBook Pro. I'm going to exit out of a bunch of those things on the MacBook Pro just to be sure we have the resources allocated to our live stream here. So just waiting for things to load. Get rid of this. Okay, and I just want to do one more thing. I'm going to check it on mobile too, just to be sure we are indeed live on mobile as well. And I will call that a win, even though I'm, again, very late tonight, which I apologize deeply for. We're going to call this a win if things are just working tonight. If they're just randomly working in 3 places as I had planned, that's a huge win for me, and I'm good with that. So we're getting there, folks. We're learning all this stuff. And yes, indeed, on mobile Facebook, we are live in the group. That's freaking sweet, if you ask me. I'm super excited about that. And I'm going to go to my YouTube group on my phone here and check this out. Let's see, switch account, Midwest Rockers. And where do I find the video? Midwest Rockers. Sweet. We're live in that as well. Okay. So I gotta turn that off on my phone. Okay, so you probably heard all that. Okay, cool. We are good. And let's see, Midwest Rockers. View my channel. Live on Midwest Rockers. Whoops, I'm going to mute that as well. Okay, so I'm still going to do the training tonight. I'm still going to go through everything I had planned. I got that all mapped out. I got a backup hard print copy in case things go awry. But we're all good. So as far as I'm concerned, boom, done, dropped. Mic drop moment. Everything is functioning tonight. That's a first. So still late. So now the next objective is to get everything working and to be 100% on time at 8:30, ready to rock and roll. So that is our next step in this process. So let me get over to my notes. I am live on StreamYard here. We're going to get to the notes here and we're going to crank this out. So I got a higher camera today, so hopefully I can look at you guys more directly here. So quick reminder. So we have what a successful week. How crazy has this been? 46 new members in week, almost doubling the group in size in 1 week. Mind just blown over that. I just can't get over that right now. Super awesome. Quick reminder about the new direction. For those of you that were here already, I know you who are new, this is brand new for you. So quick reminder about the new change in direction for this group and how it's opened up to many more people who are on a similar journey and path to ourselves. Those who are passionate about music and sharing their gifts and years of training and dedication with the world. So I've opened this group to the 5 core instruments, as I like to call them: guitar, bass, drums, keys, and vocals. Guitar, bass, drums, keys, and vocals. That's what I call the 5 core instruments. The name has been changed to Midwest Rockers. I did that a week ago, and I am and will continue to pull in gigging and working musicians. I'll be pursuing interviews, okay, with our members in a video podcast style formula. If you want to know what that's like and you might be interested in doing that, go back inside the group, Facebook group, Midwest Rockers, and view the 2 podcasts that have already been done. One with Guy Danhoff, a member of our group, and the other with Michael Rassa, another member of this group. Both were incredible podcasts. Both dropped incredible information for this community and the group. Great tips, tricks and hacks, great information on running a band, sustaining a band, etc. So highly recommend viewing those 2 podcasts. I then followed it up with kind of reviews of those podcasts. So I did a review kind of pulling the tips and information from that and kind of bringing it down into bite-sized information for you guys. Okay, so you can watch those overviews or you can watch the direct podcasts. If you want to do a podcast with me, you want to be one of the members in the group that gets on that list, then I recommend that you go watch those, or at least one of them, so you kind of get the idea and feel a little more comfortable with that. So I am looking for members in our community, in our group now, to do the next podcast. I'm looking for that next interview person. I'd like to line up 3 or 4 of them. So if you want to get on that list, the group is growing really fast, and those spots are going to get starting to be taken quickly as I start to reach out to people. So I'm going to be now reaching out to you. So you may get a message from me in the next couple weeks, hopefully sooner, but I'm allowing myself a little bit of a timeline there on purpose to reach out to each member and invite you onto the podcast guests. I'll be doing a little research on your Facebook profiles, into your band pages and so forth, to see what you're doing currently, what you've achieved, kind of where your band is at, etc. And then I'll be handpicking people to reach out to. So I'm looking forward to that. So if you want to get in on a podcast, you want to do some promo for yourself, I'm going to talk about some reasons why you might want to do that. This is the time. It's an open calendar right now. It's like open season around here. So, but that is going to change very quickly. So don't miss the opportunity if you would like to get in on that. Why should you do it? Why should you sign up? Why should you get on the video podcast? Because I'm going to promote you and or your band through a video podcast style interview. Even today, weeks later, I'm still talking about Guy Danhoff and Michael Rassa. This group just about doubled in size, and they're still getting promoted inside this group. So the promotion is real. Promotion of yourself, of your band. You might get more fans. You might get more likes and followers. You can share your social media platforms. You can share your upcoming gigs. You can connect with other musicians and bands in the Midwest, building up your network and your contact book. You can make new friends and you can expand your gigging territory. These are the top reasons for getting on these podcasts. And then the other reason, which I believe is just as important, is for the community, for the group. You know, the more you give, the more you tend to receive. If maybe you want to give motivation and encouragement for other aspiring musicians and up and coming bands who are just getting out there, just starting. Maybe they changed bands and they're now launching a new band and they want to build that up. You can also drop tips, tricks, and hacks for working bands and musicians that will help them in this community as well. So we kind of want to join our forces together as the Midwest Rockers in the Midwest USA to help each other out and get each other out there and advance our skills and so forth. Teaching what you know to others, and I speak from experience, solidifies what you have learned in life and also enhances your own skills at the same time. You will tend to internalize what you teach at deeper levels that then help you with your own personal goals. So these are the reasons you want to get on this podcast. Again, right now it's open season. That is not going to last. This is the time to get in on this. So all you got to do is reach out to me. Most of you are already friends with me on Facebook. And just switching pages here. Most of you are already friends with me on Facebook, but if you're not, reach out to me, send me a friend request. I will accept that friend request. Then we can message each other. Shoot me a message right on my personal profile. Send me a message through Messenger is what I'm referring to. And then we'll pick out a time and get you locked into that. Okay. So that's how that works for the podcast interviews. Awesome promo for you. Awesome promo opportunity that will live inside the group. As this group grows, it will be referenced and they will continue to watch these podcasts from the beginning and on. So you will continue to get promotion. Okay, so from here and on in these episodes that we do in Midwest Rockers, we will always begin with the Midwest Rockers Manifesto. Here it goes. We are the Midwest Rockers. We keep music alive. We fuel the local scene. We entertain our audience. We promote the venues. We build superfans. We cultivate a family feeling. We stand together. United we rock. We are the Midwest Rockers. So that is the current Midwest Rockers Manifesto in this group. Quick recap for all of you new people. Again, 46 new members in this community. Some of you are on live. Some of you are watching the different, you might be on StreamYard, you might be on YouTube, you might be on Facebook Live. This is a quick recap as to what this group is about. It's about education, entertainment, and engagement. Education is learn how to perform with confidence on any stage, anywhere, anytime, with anyone. Build your tribe of superfans. Cultivate a rockin' band, group, or solo act, and increase your draw at your events, fests, and gigs. The entertainment piece to this group is posting your songs, posting your gigs, share short clips from your performances. Maybe you had a great performance over the weekend. You want to share that with the community. You can come on and perform live. Maybe do a song or a clip of a song for the group. When we get big enough, I plan to start hosting centralized live events too. I absolutely love putting on live events. It's a great time. In my guitar academy, which I had for 7 years, I even sold out one of the recitals. So let that sink in for a minute. I sold out a recital for one of our events. It was so huge. We had Miss Kenosha emceeing the group, the event, and the facility had room for about 140 people inside, and like 300 people showed up. I had parents showing up that didn't even have kids in the recital. They just wanted to come for the entertainment and the event, which is pretty freaking cool. So that was awesome. I love putting on events. I just feel like events got to be big, entertaining, and a lot of fun. And I look forward to doing that in this community when we get big enough to host some live events. So that'll be really cool. It's something to look forward to. And then inside this community, engagement, just simply connecting with one another, supporting one another, learning from each other, encouraging each other, asking questions in the group, dropping tips, tricks, hacks that might be valuable to other group members, sharing your knowledge, sharing your experience, sharing stories that might help others in this group. It can be, maybe a problem. Maybe something went wrong with sound. Something went wrong with gear. Maybe you got a flat tire on the way to the event. What did you do to get around these problems and still pull off the event? Anything like that. Or it could be totally the opposite. It could be an awesome experience. Something just went completely successful, and you're sharing why it went successful and the background behind that. So those are the kind of things. The three, again, are education, entertainment, and engagement. So why should you visit the group often? For connection, community, and creativity. We're going to unlock ideas in a mastermind style setting. We're going to share experiences. We're going to share answers and give feedback. Keep in mind, this is a supportive group of like-minded musicians, all seeking similar goals. Why did I create this group, and what will you get out of it? I created this group for two types of musicians. One, seasoned pros, industry artists, working musicians, teachers, etc. And then two, those who want to improve their ability and confidence to play on any stage, anywhere, anytime with anyone. Like maybe you haven't started gigging yet, or you're newer to the music scene and trying to develop your band's brand. Maybe you're in a new band, a new act, a new group, and you're just trying to get it off the ground. Okay, so these are the two types of people that I'm bringing into this group and that we can help in this group, and we would like to connect with and build this community with. And then, as indicated earlier, and to recap for group number one, this will be similar to a mastermind in a way, in order to share and seek out ideas with one another, what's working, what's not, creative ideas to grow audience, draw crowds, increase profits, etc. For group number two, there'll be a lot of coaching, great advice, tips, tricks from myself and other working musicians within this group to help you increase your abilities and confidence for the goal of playing on any stage, anywhere, anytime with anyone, and then to build your super fans, your tribe of followers. Okay, so again, I just want to announce this one more time. This is the absolute best time to secure your podcast promo session. Book it now before it gets harder and more difficult to get a spot in one of the episodes on this inside this group, as this group is growing very rapidly, again, by 46 members this past week. This next week, I won't be growing it as aggressively, as my mission is going to be to start reaching out to each and every one of you. And that may take me a couple weeks to get around. I will still be working on growing this group, but I'm going to slow that pace down. My intent was to get to 100 members inside this community and group by November 1st. We accomplished that about 10 days early. So that's pretty awesome. It's pretty exciting today. Okay, so again, there's 46 new people, so I got to share what I shared last week. Here's a little background about myself, because most of you do not know, and you might want to know, why should we listen to you? Why should we engage with you? Why are we even here? So the best reason to be here is just to build up your connections and community. That's the absolute best reason. But I am John Capity, and my journey in music began when I was about 12. That's when I first got my guitar. I've been studying and playing guitar ever since, advancing my skills for well over 30 years. Beyond music, I ran my father's home maintenance and remodeling business with him. I was the VP of his multi-million-dollar company. Then I ran an oven and grill cleaning business, catering especially to the Jewish community just north of Chicago, followed by a disposal and snow removal business, followed by a successful guitar academy, which I ran for 7 years. And I just talked about that. One of those live events we had that was actually a recital. We called them live events that was sold out. We had to turn people away, which is pretty cool. Followed by a marketing company that specialized in perception branding, website marketing, and social media marketing. And currently I am a gaffer, which is a video lighting specialist. I do freelance work, make things and people look beautiful so companies can make more money. And then I also do freelance. Well, I do freelancing in that area, along with course and curriculum creating, guitar coach as well. So I'm also a guitar coach. I've been studying guitar for over 30 years, and I've been studying music, marketing, personal development, and business for about 30 years now. So almost as long as I have been playing the guitar, I've also been studying music, business, personal development, alongside of that. Those are kind of my two favorite things to do. I've read hundreds and hundreds of books over the years, taken many courses, gone to seminars, hired many coaches and consultants to train under. Along that journey, I've accumulated a tremendous amount of knowledge in both music and business space throughout the past 30 years that I believe will be extraordinarily valuable to you, your band, and or your group. I don't say any of that to boast. I just say that to give you background so that you know that I do have some sort of experience and that you're not afraid to listen to me or worried about it or just wondering who I am in general. If you asked me, if we were standing together in the room and you asked me personally, I would still say I'm in the infant stages of learning because there's so much more learning that I desire and crave. I absolutely love to learn. It's going to be a lifetime of learning and accumulation for me. I never stop learning. Learning feeds me. It drives me, pushes me. It constantly nags at me all day long. If I go even one day without learning something and kind of pushing myself forward, it almost drives me into depression. I wouldn't say I drop into depression, but I'm a little bit down. I'm like, man, what was that day about? So this is what I believe is one of my uniquenesses, and this is what I bring to the table that can help you on your own journey. Because on a constant weekly basis, I'm learning and growing my knowledge in personal development, business, and music, and that can be valuable to you and the members in this community. So that's the background that brings me here to this group to offer you the value, insights, and information I've been accumulating and applying for the last 30 years to help you on your individual journey and the journey that you are on with your groups, bands, and stage performances. So let's get to it tonight. This is going to be a multi-part series as we explore a book by Pat Flynn. Wish I had it here with me to show you guys, called Superfans. Superfans is the name of the book by Pat Flynn. It's available. You can buy the book itself, or you can purchase it on Audible and listen to it. So you can read it or you can listen to it. Highly, highly recommend that you do this. Okay. And then, so long before I discovered Pat Flynn and his book Superfans, a big part of my own strategy in businesses I ran and in helping to coach other business owners was to learn and apply strategies to build raving fans, customers, and super fans. And then I discovered Pat's book, which now I consider a manual. And the book, again, is called Superfans by Pat Flynn. And for those of you interested, I highly recommend that you read his book or listen to it on Audible. It's a good and valuable investment of your time. Okay, so I will be referencing his book and my own personal thoughts and strategies throughout these segments. They will not be a set, this is important, they will not be a set series of weeks. In other words, I'm not going to say like, hey, there's going to be 8 parts and it's going to be 8 weeks in a row. Maybe we do one part now tonight. Maybe we do a couple podcasts, because my main focus is reaching out to you members and getting people on podcasts. I want to learn from you. I want the community to learn from you. I want you to get a chance to promo yourself and your bands. That is my number one main focus. Aside from that, we're also going to do these teachings and trainings that can help you propel your band forward. And so this is part 1 of a series, but it may not be in order week by week. Okay. But don't be surprised. I do get kind of geeky about these things. And I may show up randomly for surprise lives where I continue these segments. And don't worry, there will always be a replay in the group of this information. And I'm working hard to, there's a topic in there called guides. If you look at Midwest Rockers towards the top, there's a section called guides. underneath guides, you will see the video posts. So if you want to look back at Guy Danhoff's podcast and Michael Ross's podcast, some of the recaps I did of that, or some of the episodes I did before that, that's where you find that. If you just go to the guides tab, click it, and you will see the list of lives. I still have to post last week's in there, and then, of course, I'll post tonight's in there as well. Okay. Let's see if I miss anything here. Okay, so part one is an introduction to this idea of superfans and what that means. The majority of what I'm going to talk about tonight is straight from Pat Flynn and his book, The Superfans. Okay. So I just want you to know that that is my reference point for the information I'm sharing with you. And then, of course, I will interject some of my thoughts as well. But the majority of what I say tonight is straight out of that book. So that's the resource I'm using tonight, because the way he talks about it, the way he teaches it, lines up with my thinking and the way I was teaching. I was calling it raving fans at the time, and excellent customer service, etc. So it all means the same thing. Okay. So fans are important. I'm sorry. Let me back up here. So as Pat Flynn defines it, what are superfans? Superfans are fans that invest time, money, and emotion into you, your products, your groups, your band, your performances, etc. Fans are important, but superfans are everything, especially to us in the music world. Okay. Some people call this your tribe. Tribe and superfans can and will be used interchangeably. So the word tribe and the word superfans is identical in this scenario. I might even use the phrase raving fans from time to time. So tribe, raving fans, superfans all means the same thing. That's the category that we're talking about. As musicians, bands, etc., we are trying to increase our level of superfan followers, not just fans, not just followers, but our superfans. And we're going to go into detail about that. So it's all verbiage for we want to use rock musicians. We want superfans who invest time, money, and emotion into us, our music, etc. Okay. So focusing on the activity of attaining superfans is the most important task in your band's growth. Whether you're a solo act, whether you're in a group, whether you're in a band, this is your most important task, is growing and attaining superfans. Okay, from here, I'm going to refer to band as it all-encompassing. As a band is a group, it's a solo act, it's a stage performance, etc. Just so I don't have to explain that every time I say it. So I'm going to just kind of say, in your band, just know that that could be your band, that could be you as a solo artist, that could be you as like an acoustic duo or a trio or a group, etc. Etc. So that's what I'll just use the term band to describe that. So we need to figure out how you and or your band can connect authentically with your superfans. People become superfans because of the magical moments you create for them over time, says Pat Flynn. And I love the way he phrased that. So I just want to reiterate it. People become superfans because of the magical moments that you create for them over time. Pat Flynn explains superfans using this illustration. Superfans are on top of the pyramid of fandom. The pyramid is structured as follows. The base, which is the largest section, contains your casual fans. The middle of the pyramid contains your active fans, and then the top of the pyramid contains your superfans. So to continue what Pat Flynn shares, you want to create a journey, a yellow brick road, so to speak, for fans to follow to become superfans. You want to take them from a casual fan, which is at the base, to an active fan, which is in the middle, to a super fan, or what does he call that? He calls that a community. It's lost the name. Connected community, which leads to a super fan. Okay. That's the structure of the pyramid. Okay. Your goal as an artist or musician or band is your super 1000. Okay. You want to get to 1,000 super fans. That's the goal. And right now, that may sound a lot. You may be like, I don't even know if I have one super fan. I have followers on social media. I have people that liked. I have a lot of likes. I have friends that engage with me. We got, maybe 10 people to show up to our shows. Maybe we got 50. Maybe we got 100. Maybe you're a bigger band that draws in 2, 3, 500. Okay. But you don't know really if you have super fans. Well, one identifier of a super fan is if a certain person or group of people are showing up to every single show. If they're almost like what we refer to in this business as roadies, okay? Think Grateful Dead followers. Those were super fans, okay? I think Pearl Jam drew a similar crowd. Many bands do, but I'm just looking for kind of the ones that stand out. Fish, that kind of took the place of Grateful Dead. Super fans that kind of follow them around, the roadies, okay? We are looking for super fans that show up to everything, okay? Now, if you can build 1,000 super fans for your band, and those 1,000 fans spend, say, $100 a year with you on your music, your products, your gigs, your shows, etc. Just $100 each. And you and I both know if you go out to dinner, even as a couple, you're dropping $100 in 2 hours, right? You go to a movie, you're dropping $50. You take a couple kids, you're dropping $150 with getting all the treats and everything. So $100 is not a lot. $100 goes very quickly. If you have 1,000 super fans that spend $100 each on your band, your brand, what you're putting out, that's a six-figure business. That's a six-figure music business. Okay. Chances are they're going to be spending a lot more than $100. But if we just keep the numbers low, 1,000 fans, $100 each, that's a six-figure band, six-figure business. Okay. Now there's a lot of factors in there. There's promotion, there's cost, etc. Just don't worry about that right now. Okay. We're just talking base level, bottom line, 1,000 super fans, $100 each, six-figure business. Okay. So how do we know if a fan is a super fan? Pat Flynn shares that super fans will do the following. They will drive a couple hundred miles to see their favorite band. They'll buy a super deluxe high res reissue box set, even though they already have the low res version. They might bookmark an eBay page where they can get out of print issues that might show up on eBay. They'll set a Google alert for your name. They will come to all of your openings, all your shows. They will have you sign their copies. They will be sure to come up and try to talk to you. They'll be in line to get your autograph. They will buy the t-shirt, the mug, the hat, other merchandise you might offer. They can't hardly wait until you issue your next work. And for some of us, if you're in cover band, etc., that might be your next show. They can hardly wait for the next show to bring their friends, bring their family, etc. These are your super fans. Okay. So instead of trying to reach a bestseller, a hit song, etc., to try and change the entire world of music, focus on changing someone's world, that someone being your super fan. Okay. So that someone's being a potential super fan, a super follower of you and your group. Your goal should be to focus on making one super fan, just one super fan per day for the next 3 years. I know a lot of us don't like to think long term. Maybe that seems like a long time, but just think. I mean, yesterday it felt like 2023. Just a couple days ago, it seems like the whole COVID epidemic was happening. Here we are in 2024. We're kind of wrapping up 2024, moving into 2025. This time passes like a flash. Your goal is simple. Make one super fan per day to follow you. Okay, that's the goal. After 3 years, you will have 1,000 fans. So the results indicate, though, that it's not going to actually take you 3 years, because the reason for that is because it's like a train building up momentum and speed. As it builds speed through your daily activity, the train moves faster, building more speed and even more momentum. and more super fans will gravitate towards you and join the train, jump on the train, and ride it at a much faster pace. So the likelihood of it actually taking you 3 years is not likely unless you're not doing the daily activity. Okay, so it's important to work hard every day to connect with your fans, kind of single some of them out, and try to convert them to super fans. So in this, let's see, I already covered that, so we're going to move on here. Pat Flynn shares in his book, capture people's attention and quickly show them how you can provide value for their life. So here's a hot secret that he drops: create a new experience and help your audience unlock something new in their life. Then they'll feel special and more attached to your brand, or in our case, your band. Okay. Pat shares that superfans become superfans because of how the person, product, or brand, again, band in our situation, made them feel. Okay. It's a lot about feelings, a lot about emotion. Superfans become superfans because of how the person, product, or band in our case, made them feel. 3 types of audiences, which in our world as musicians we call fans, are the following, as Pat Flynn explains it in his book Superfans. And these 3 quick topics here are going to end this session for the night. One is casual fans. This is the biggest group, are casual fans. So people don't find you because they know you, but they might have learned about you through a recommendation, a link, a mention on another website, maybe a search result. Maybe they're looking through YouTube, maybe friending someone on Facebook connected you to another person, and you friended that person and found their band, etc. So these fans are just kind of checking you out. They're wondering if they should stick around. They're wondering if you have something valuable for them. They're wondering if they're going to like your music. They're wondering if they should convert and become part of the next stage with you. And that next stage would be the active audience. Okay. So right now we're in the casual audience. Casual fans represent the majority of your view count and your traffic. Casual fans are very far from the super fan status. Maybe they are club or bar regulars. Maybe they typically show up to the club or bar that you happen to be playing at. Okay. And so they see you just because they just went to their regular hangout spot. Okay. That would be like a casual fan. They casually see you. They learn about you. They're curious. Maybe they had a fun night. Maybe they like some of your music and they start to check you out on social media, website, etc. Maybe they don't know anything about you. Maybe their friends invited them out for drinks or music. Maybe they saw a post about your show and it simply caught their attention. And maybe they're a first-time attendee at your show. Your goal is to create a trigger to help them to understand that they are indeed in the right place, that there is something special for them where they engage with you. Okay. You want to get them to engage with you. Create something valuable for them, their life, their status. It keeps them sticking around. So that's a casual fan. We're simply trying to get casual fans to the next stage. We want to move them to an active fan. Okay. So casual fans, kind of like the whole world out there, the whole Midwest in our case, the whole community that you're in. If you're gigging in the Chicagoland area, that's like all the Chicago potential, right? Okay. So you draw them in, they get interested, they like you, they like what you have to offer, they like your presentation, they like the gig, they like the music, they have a fun time. Now they're looking into you a little deeper. They're going on Facebook, they're talking to their friends about you, etc. The next stage we want to move them into is an active fan. Okay, so we want to bring them from a casual fan, bring them in the door to an active fan. And this is the group who knows who you are, what you are, and your band's brand has to offer them. Okay, when you share your music, your performances, your gigs, etc., your active audience is going to make a decision as to whether or not they're going to invest their time, their money, or both their time and money in your new products, which might be songs, might be merch, etc., and invest their time in that, or your performances, your gigs, your music, etc. They're active in your content and will take the time to speak up, but they might need some encouraging. They might need some convincing. They might need some prodding. Okay. You might ask them to join your group, or ask a kind of a generalized, make a generalized Facebook post question. Do you like this or that? Or what did you think about this? Or which direction do you think we should go? Just trying to get them active in some way, invite them to something, uh, give them something that might be valuable. You could hand out shirts, you can hand out something that's doesn't cost as much. Okay. So you want to convert those casual fans into active fans. Active fans will live in your email list, on your social media, your groups, your pages, etc. At some point they took some action indicating that they want more from you. They want to be around you more. They want to be at more of your gigs, etc. But there's still a very long ways from the top of the pyramid. In the very top of that pyramid, again, the goal is a super fan. Okay. So the goal from here, from an active fan, started as a casual fan. Now we got them to an active fan. They're engaging, is to connect your active fans to members of your connected community. Okay. Or what I like to call the community fans. Your connected community, as Pat Flynn calls it, we'll probably reference it as community fans, is where the magic begins to happen in your band's brand. Okay. This is where you're going to be able to connect and communicate directly with your fans. And what's even better is that they are now having conversations with each other, your other fans. Okay. Not just you. They're not just seeking you out. They're becoming part of the community, and they're talking to each other. And the topics are mostly around you, right? And the things that interest them. Community members will begin to identify with one another very quickly. Okay. So this is like kind of building the tribe. Remember how I said super fans, raving fans, tribe? It's all the same thing as we're talking about it. The ultimate being super fans as related to our music and so forth. But this is kind of like building your tribe, your community. Okay. The members that come together. They're going to begin to identify with one another very quickly, and this is going to create a sense of belonging to one another and to this group and to you. So this topic of connected community, or what we'll call community fans, is pretty broad. It's pretty big. So I'm not going to talk a lot about it tonight. I'm going to kind of end on this topic tonight. And the goal is to get them from this connected community fans leading into super fans. And then the next time I post on this segment of the super fans is going to be part 2, right where we left off tonight, where I'm going to get, I'm going to take you down even further into Pat Flynn's book, and more about the connected community or community fans. And we're going to pursue further how to start getting a casual fan to an active fan to a connected community member or community fan, and then ultimately to a super fan. Tips and strategies that you can use within your band, group, your act to get to that super fan status. So that is the goal. That is really one of the major goals of this group. And what we're looking for as Midwest rockers and rock musicians, our goal is to be able to draw people to our gigs and our performances on stage. And that draw helps us to secure the gigs that we're looking for, whether it's, festivals, clubs, bars, etc. Maybe being an opening act for somebody. How are you going to get that? One of the main things is that you need to be able to bring people to these shows. We like to, as musicians, let me say, we want our music to speak for itself. We want our music to attract the audience. We feel that if we can do a good job at the music, that people will just show up. Unfortunately, it doesn't just work like that. If you think about a long, hard work, maybe if you have a day job, or even if you spend hours trying to get gigs and booking things and what's the next step for our bands, practicing rehearsals, etc., and you get to a Saturday night where you're off, maybe your band doesn't play. Are you racing to get out of the house to go see another band? Or are you kind of like, oh man, I just want to relax, stay in? We have to think, how are we going to get those people off the couch out to our gig, whether it's raining, snowing, sleeting, adverse adverse conditions, etc. We want to get these people to the gig. So that is our goal of building these super fans and followers. We got to get that draw up so that the clubs, the bars, the fests want our band to perform for them so that we can get the better gigs, the higher paying gigs. That's what this is about. Okay. And so, again, I'm not sure this is going to go in sequence week by week, but I will announce it and title the episode so that the next time we do the next part of the Superfan Talk, it will be part 2 of the Superfan Talk, and we'll go deeper and give you more tips, tricks. This is just kind of an overview tonight and an introduction to the new group members, 46 new group members this week. I wanted to be able to talk about what this group is about, who I am, etc. So we couldn't quite go as deep into the topic as I was originally thinking, but we will get there. And this is actually a lot of information, so you might want to replay this a couple times and really dig into that. You might want to go get the book Superfans by Pat Flynn. You might want to get the Audible if you're more of a listener and not so much a reader. Grab the Audible version and just listen to it, on your drive into work or doing errands or whatever, to and from. Start listening to it little by little and join the discussion. What do you think about this topic and this conversation? What have you learned so far? Is any of this hitting with you? Is it deep enough? Is it too basic of information? I appreciate all of you and your thoughts and anything you might share within the group to help direct me in providing valuable information for you guys. So, right now, I know generally speaking that this is a hot topic and this is a very important topic for bands. So I'm not too concerned with that, but sending out information into the group is kind of like throwing darts, like who knows what's going to stick, who knows where it's going to land. And I really, really want this to be valuable for you, your band, your act, your growth as a musician. So if you can comment about it, talk about it, ask questions, share what you've learned, share what's hitting with you. Are we going deep enough? Is it too basic? How deep do you want to go in on this? What's your experience building fans? Now that we've kind of coined terms for these casual fans, active fans, super fans, where would you say you're at in the journey? Where would you say your band's at in the journey? Can you, now thinking about this, can you identify your super fans? Okay, so these are all thoughts to think about and going deeper on this topic and subject. Okay. Great. So just one more plug. If you want to get in quickly on a video podcast style interview with myself, John Capity, and get some promo out there for you, your band, promo that's going to last, promo that's going to grow with this group. Those foundational episodes are going to get the most hits. It's just the way it is. And then it's going to get busier and busier. It's going to get harder and harder to get these spots as I book them out. And as I start to personally reach out to you members in this group, we're going to start booking things, and then you'll be pushed out. So it is open season right now. If you want to get in quickly and you want to book your session, reach out to me on Facebook, send me a message, and we will get that booked for you. Okay. So this wraps up our night tonight regarding the introduction, part 1 to building your first 1,000 super fans. Okay, Midwest rockers, keep the lights on, keep rocking. This is John Capity, guitar coach, podcaster, marketer, and improv artist. I appreciate all of you. Until next time, peace.